This is EA Sports College Football 26. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. Second year of the return of NCAA Football. Oh, what a jump! College football is back. It is upgraded. It is improved in many ways. It's got new features. It's got new adjustments. It is a fuller experience after it was the most successful football game of all time last year. Obviously, they got a lot more support from EA, and we're going to continue to see this grow and expand over time as you get to enjoy 136 FBS schools, 300 coaches, 2,800 new plays, and thousands of college athletes. I guess like 10,000. It's kind of crazy. They focus more on the authenticity of the different stadiums, the different ways that these stadiums celebrate and enjoy the game of football, college ball, and yeah, they've kind of just adjusted a lot of things, changed things from year to year. We're going to be diving in and talking about all those new features and what's been adjusted and what you can look forward to when you dive in and play college football for this particular year. So yeah, it was a very long gap between entries. Kind of wild. It was like, well over a decade and a bit or so. And then EA was able to bring back college football, which is quite exciting. They're going to be doing college basketball in a few years. It's quite neat to see this all happen and see the revitalization of these sports games. Wow. Go Ducks. Anyways, it's kind of neat to see it return and to see it grow. So we've got a variety of different game modes, a variety of different ways to play the game. I'm typically somebody that plays more like play now, but you can play online and compete with others. There's local action too, online too. You get a bunch of different modes. You can do everything from your career as you build up from a high school level all the way to being a Heisman caliber player to just competing against others or running a dynasty or, kind of playing the ultimate team of cards, which everybody loves. So there's definitely quite a lot to enjoy. So there's a more accurate atmosphere, like I mentioned. So you'll notice for different teams, they've got the proper mascots, they've got pregame celebrations, they've kind of improved the celebratory things for a lot of the players too. And then on top of that, the cheerleader element's been kind of pushed to the forefront because last year it was really awkward. It would always cut to a side thing where the guy was just doing push-ups in the grass. It was super weird. Now it's just cheerleaders kind of doing the same thing over and over again, which is a bit odd. Definitely was hoping for a little bit more randomness in that, but I'm just kind of getting across that they have been attempting to add more to the atmosphere and the authenticity of it, as far as just like kind of nailing that vibe and that lighting and the atmosphere, because the atmosphere and everything matters. That's really what kind of, I think, sets college football and college ball aside from other things, is the fact that there are these traditions, there are these ways that the sport is showcased and done, and it gets people excited and passionate about watching this, interacting with it, making it a part of their lives, and making it such a big part of the school systems there. So once again, technology-wise, it is about the same. We've got, I kind of was hoping I'd get a little bit more yardage out of that. So we've got a 4K resolution, but internally it's like 1440p, and it is 60 FPS, except for cinematics that are 30 FPS, which is, again, just kind of what we had in the previous year, so it's basically the same. Ray tracing in regards to lighting, so the illumination system. We've got HDR support, we've got spatial sound support. So, that's pretty easygoing as far as the visual elements of the game. I also, once again, turned off the stadium vibe. So in the game settings, under the accessibility option, which we'll show off here, there's a visual feedback. I think it's, accessibility. it is dynamic camera events or effects, because it's just like it's so awkward because it like makes your whole screen shake violently, and it's not a great way to visually enjoy the game. So I thought I would kind of mention that. There's also a lot more atmospheric music, but I turn all that off just so I don't deal with, copyright claims and other problems, right? It's a bit of a pain to deal with that kind of a thing. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So that's part of the technical details there. So visually, it is kind of the same. I do think they have improved a lot of the wear and tear. Like, it seems like you get, dirtier. Like, you can kind of see the outfits kind of get like really muddied over the course of the game. Snow looks a little bit better, but still the snow deformation isn't very good. Player bodies don't impact the snow. The rain, you get nice and muddy. There's a good sense of fog and atmosphere in the backdrop there, which allows you to have a more authentic visual experience when you are enjoying the rain or enjoying any sort of weathering across the different stadiums. There's still like a pretty blurry looking kind of crowd. When you look at... That wasn't a touchdown, really? Or, yeah, seriously, that wasn't a touchdown? When you look at like certain characters too, there's like a really bad uncanny valley effect, which I guess was similar to last year. I actually rewatched a bit of my last year's video to kind of really get an idea of things between that year and this year. So like the crowd kind of still looks the same. It's got like a bit of a blur. And then this year they kind of have... Last year they looked plasticky. This year they kind of look plasticky, and they have like crazy eyes that are terrifying. Some of them. So that's a bit weird. Other than that, a lot more crashes this year than last year. I guess last year I did have a crash or two. It's not very common for sports games. They usually don't have crashes, but yeah, I had quite a few this year. It's like a notable amount. And, clipping and stuff, it's about the same as usual. But you can look at the crowd. I don't know how well that shows up on YouTube, but, like, there's a good level of... Oh, there's tons of them, but it's also, like, not super detailed and impressive. Oh, they're doing the push-ups again, but at least they're doing it with the Irish guy. But, yeah, it's kind of silly. They just be, like, guys that just, like, drop down, start doing push-ups all the time. It was weird. The stadiums, they do look really good. There's a lot of them that capture the style of them. But you can really tell that there's no backdrop, usually, unless the field is, like, a cutoff where part of the field isn't shown. But, like, you can really tell they just have, like, blue skies in the backdrop, but there's just, like... I mean, in theory, maybe every stadium is just, endless skies above it, but that is something I kind of noticed compared to, like, Madden, where there is, like, a distinct, backdrop to all the environments out there, for sure, which is interesting. So let's dive in and talk a bit about the different modes. So we've got, like I said, play now. You can play online against others. You can compete. You can play casually. It's an incredible catch. Dynasty, assemble your staff, build your team. They have a new advanced transfer portal system. So a lot more of a complex training and moving of players, athletes. And you can go and enjoy location-based visitor systems for an advantage when you're recruiting. So, like, where people are located kind of factors in, which is kind of neat. But other than that, Dynasty is just kind of building a dynasty. You just get slightly more complex tools to achieve your goals in doing so. Then we have the Road to Glory, the ultimate student journey. Going from your high school years all the way up to a Heisman level caliber player. That's what I'm talking about. So you can secure scholarships, earn coach trust, and build chemistry with your team. Obviously, a lot of funny little emotional bits too, and choices and weird things that happen as you kind of build your way up the Road to Glory. Kind of a funny sort of mode to dive into, that is for sure. And then Ultimate Team, of course, where you collect cards. You can have legends from college past and college present come together, head-to-head matches, theme challenges, kind of an evolving game. Obviously, with this being a sports title, it's going to continue to change dynamically. And then, of course, we'll be back again in a year talking about it all over, because that's how this works, as is tradition, and it is fun to see how things evolve and change over time. So that's kind of the scope of it. This year really was working on refining gameplay mechanics and styles, and just adding a little bit more like technical stuff, how your players kind of have little stat things, have little advantages or disadvantages, little symbol things, kind of like Madden has. Let's be real here. Very similar kind of technology and stuff there. I will note though, I'm actually just coming off of like what was a pretty miserable stream of this. Like, the AI in this is quite brutal. I don't remember it being like that the previous year. It was really rough. I tried a bunch of different difficulties and stuff, and it was just kind of like, I was trying to do the new passing system, so they have like a modernized new passing system, and I thought it was terrible. I couldn't complete any passes at all. And then I went back to traditional passing, and I was actually able to complete passes, but I was also throwing a lot more interceptions. The AI in this seems really, really quite brutal in difficulty, even on like normal level, because normal I consider to be normal. For a video game, like, you should be able to play it proficiently and not have too much of a time and have some fun. But yeah, I was just getting absolutely destroyed. Like, they give you, it's just like interception after interception. There's no like leeway. You just get sacked. So you're either at the point where you're like throwing and they're just catching everything you throw, or you're just getting absolutely blitzed on every play. It's quite funny because you watch the AI and your team, you'll be trying to control someone to get in there and kind of like battle and like sack somebody or tackle someone, and like a lot of the time you just stand there and there's like nothing happening. Whereas like every single play, I just feel like complete pressure is like, occasionally I get the odd time where I can move around, but like defense would just literally like open up and just let people go by and cause problems. And that's where I was looking at like what I was doing last year. I was just like, it was not like this. Like, I had a lot of fun playing this the prior year, and it was just kind of like absolutely miserable for difficulty this year, even at a normal level. I tried Heisman too, and it was like, it was worse, but I was performing better, which was kind of funny. But yeah, no, it kind of made for a bit of a miserable, absolutely genuinely miserable time. I did not have fun, which kind of sucks, because I looked forward to playing it like all day, and I was just like, wow, this is emotionally traumatizing. What did I do to deserve this? But yeah, that's kind of the thing there. I think there's a lot of smaller adjustments too that are kind of nice. Like, if you're a college football fan, you're gonna play this and you're gonna get used to it and persevere through all the challenges and stuff. But like, someone that is like more casually playing it, just wanting to have a little bit of fun, yeah, kind of the life was just like completely sucked out of it by difficulty this year. It was brutal. And like, I've been playing these games for like 20-something years, so it's like not like I'm freshly stepping into this, but like, just normal difficulty should be, normal. I'm not asking to be given everything, but just a little bit more leeway my way. I don't know, I don't remember it being like this last year, and it's just super, super weird to be like, wow, I'm getting the hardest of times here, and I was like, what did I do to deserve this? I don't understand. And yeah, that was kind of my thoughts on that element of it. That is just weird. Like, it is nicer. I think they are taking a lot of things in stride. They are improving a lot of mechanics. I think most people will look at it and be like, okay, it's it's like the game from last year, but they are working on fine-tuning things. They're working on improving stuff. Like, it's going to take time. Sports games, you got to build up. In the modern era, you can't just like throw together a sports game in a year. It takes time to build these. It takes time to add stuff. It takes time for them to get everything fine-tuned. And even if you're building off of, say, the stuff of Madden, it's still got its own vibe. It's still got its own flavor, especially since it's college football. And that takes time and that takes effort. And I think they're making good leaps and bounds there. They're improving a lot. I think they're adding a lot. And I'm sure by the end of this, journey and excitement. There'll be even more to enjoy over time. But I'll leave you with some non-commentary gameplay, I guess.
Has one fourth-down conversion. They do it for a second time. Back to throw. It's Carr. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. They pick up the first down at 23. Gets closer to the red zone.
The Steel City might be most associated with its legendary NFL franchise, but people here in Pittsburgh know that the ties to the Panthers run deep. Glad to have you with us here at Acrisure Stadium, home to the Pittsburgh Panthers. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans, taking on a team from the ACC, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Hit lined up for the opening kickoff. Finding an escape route. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. So the USC Trojans offense will have the football first. And David, if you like big plays, and I know you do, and highlight reel catches, and I know you do, we've got a guy for you on this offense.
Man, it's so fun to watch him, not for defensive coordinators and defensive players, but this is a guy that can make plays all over the field. He will be highlighted, just the speed, the playmaking, the catching ability. Jesse, he will make plays early and often.
Man, it is so nice to know that you have a guy like that. You can just throw it anywhere in his vicinity and trust he's going to find a way to get it done and make the catch. Even when he's defended, he is always open, and you're going to see him line up all over the field, and he'll get the ball over a wide area.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Keeps it on the bootleg. In the backfield, it's Bennett. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Listen, I'm going to bring this guy in. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he
Welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, taking on the 19th-ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Rebels will get us started with the opening kickoff. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out for the 36. So Minnesota's offense will be first on the attack. Jesse, we don't get many of these types of runners anymore, it seems, but this offense is built around a guy who can carry the ball 30, 40 times if they need it.
And he is every defensive coordinator's nightmare, because it's only a matter of time with this guy before he's going to break the long run. He has incredible vision, he can cut, and it's the game-breaking speed, David, that makes him truly unique.
And he sets the tone, man. More guys are going to be committed to stopping him in the run game. It sets the tone for the offense. It opens up everything else. It starts and ends with him.
Snagged in the middle. It's Tracy. And the defense settled in to stop that one to a short gain.
Those and whistles have got to be going on from this quarterback's head now. It's 3rd and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse.
Yeah, taking a shot down the field. I love it. Offenses have to do that. A lot of times offenses get pretty conservative, but take deep shots down the field. Try to make those big plays. Trust your wide receivers and your big play guys to make those shots down the field.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your one-firm unit. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense will have its first possession of the game. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side? When they have the football,